Hey, hey, Sagittarius. Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your November 2025 career and money reading. All right, let's open up your energy field and take a look at what the month ahead has in store for you, Sag. Bottom of the deck, we have the cup. This reminds me here of the Ace of Cups. So I feel like you are currently undergoing a renewal, a soul quenching renewal, and you're taking care of business at this time. You are nurturing yourself and you are moving into more meaningful work where you feel fulfilled. So there could even be a spark of passion. There may even be a new emotional situation that is coming to the forefront for you that you certainly could monetize on and bring in a new additional income source if that is what you are wanting. Now, many of you are caregivers, you are nurturers, whether in your personal life or your professional life. But I see that you've been carrying burdens and it feels like you are ready to enter into a new era, a new chapter of your life. Bottom of the deck here, yeah, Four of Swords. This is rest and retreat. So this is that renewal energy I mentioned. It's rest after hard work because some of you may have gotten to the point where you were feeling a bit burnt out, a bit exhausted. And I see with the Ten of Wands here, yeah, you've taken on a lot and things are starting to change here because when you finally get to that point where enough is enough, that's often when we initiate change in our lives. And I see that you are wanting to simplify your life. Some of you may even be taking a look at your beliefs, your thoughts, your mind, and taking a look at any cracks in the foundation of your belief system and upgrading. I'm getting leveling up here, Sag. So it's time for you to take a pause and happy birthday to those of you sun sign Sagittarians out there. You may even be booking a trip or taking a vacation if you are able to. I see it could even be a weekend getaway for some of you or just allowing yourself to rest because you have been working very hard. And so it feels like this month for you is all about kind of recouping your energy so you can fully show up restored for the life that you are meant to live. Because this next trip around the sun for you, you are manifesting some really big things. And I feel like this manifestation period, because the magician is here, is about you using your superpowers in ways that align with your mission, your passions, your purpose, your integrity, instead of feeling burnt out because you may be pushed and pulled in all different directions. So diving into the key themes this month, we have another thread of slowing down with the turtle. There's money coming in for you. I see steady progress. This reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm just looking to see if we have that knight here. Yes, we do. Here he is, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is slow and steady wins the race, where this is about you living life on your terms and at your own pace. And that's what many of you are starting to incorporate. It's not that you are slowing down and not doing anything. It's just that you've been working so hard that you have earned and deserve a rest. And you may even be looking at the belief system and saying, do I still want to work this hard? Or do I still want to put, 120% in when you're starting to finally see some of the fruits of your labor paying off, and you may be actively rewarding yourself for that hard work instead of constantly feeling like you have to, produce. It feels like you are reaping some of those rewards and you're taking some time to focus on what fills your own cup here. Now, you may even be moving for work. Some of you could be relocating, working from home, or you may even be starting your own business, or you have your own business where you're setting your own hours, setting your own pace. I see that this could be a dream of yours, or it could be part of your energy at this time where, this is long term. This next era of your life, this next chapter that you are working on, kind of manifesting here the way that you want it, like living life on your terms is the message that I'm getting. It feels like this is aligned with your future vision that you've had all along. So the turtle is actually a beautiful omen, a beautiful sign. Some of you may connect to the energy of sea turtles or tortoises. Maybe you even have a tortoise or a turtle as a pet. Perhaps you are swimming with the turtles, or you may see this power animal reminding you that you are exactly where you are meant to be and you are being guided to slow down here. Now you have the student showing up. You could be a teacher. Perhaps some of you are taking a class. You may have time now. It feels like November, as things start to kind of slow down, you may have even had a big project that you were working on and finally that project is complete, or it just feels like you've went through a very busy time and maybe November slows down for you a bit. But I see that you have time to perhaps read, maybe study, catch up on those classes that you have here. So the student energy is fun because he's learning and he's enthusiastic, but he also is able to take up a new skill. And that's what you may be doing, is teaching yourself how to implement some of those plans, those long-term goals that you've had for yourself. But I also see that you want to expand the mind, you want to grow and you want to evolve, but it doesn't have to be attached to hustle mentality. It says you could be in a school to pursue higher education or work for a school district. Now, I don't know about where you're located, but here regarding college school age or high school, or school in general, there's holiday break, Thanksgiving break, and fall break. So many of you, if you do work in a school district, there could be time to maybe spend with your family, or if you don't have children, or if you do work as a teacher or a mentor, there could be some time off, even if you are catching up on maybe some paperwork, things like that. I feel like there's not this rushed, hectic energy. And so the student is actually a really beautiful omen coming in, where you're teaching yourself to succeed with money. And many of you may even be connecting with a coach, a mentor, a healer. I feel like you are guided to maybe work with another energy at this time. This could also be you connecting with your own higher self and saying, all right, what do I need to learn in this moment, in this chapter of my life, regarding my career, regarding my finances, or any matter of your life? Next, you have the writer. So you could be writing a book. Many of you are taking a class, or maybe you are starting to implement your own teachings. Perhaps you're wanting to write an ebook or open up a class or a course online. This is also about using words as magic. You could be journaling more in your gratitude journal, or working with tarot or oracle cards, and just writing them down, using words as power, because that's why they call it spelling, right? Because it kind of casts a spell. Words hold magic. Words hold power. That's why self-talk is so very important to ourselves and to others, because the way in which we talk to ourselves is kind of the way in which the world responds back to us. And you are in the midst of manifesting, as it says here. It says use them to manifest more abundance, and you have the magician in your energy. So create a vision board, or look at one of your vision boards if you've already created one, because it feels like there's a vision that's coming alive. I'm actually getting the top right section, maybe even towards the middle. It feels like the right area of your vision board, if you have one, Sag, where this is coming alive. So if you have one, go look at that part and put it below in the comment section. I would love to hear it, but it feels like a vision of yours is starting to come true. You could be a blogger, a content writer, a content creator, a book writer, or in any creative career, or creative abilities are showing up for you this month, because this could be a new income source that you are guided to kind of veer into, learn about, study, teach, train, or create. So this is powerful. Your words have power to influence, and you are being guided to share your gifts, share your personal superpowers with the world. I love this coming through for you. Let's look at your current financial energy. I am getting a bit of Scorpio. So Sag, if I do accidentally call you Scorpio in your reading, I apologize. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and any other placements. But some of you may have some strong Scorpio placements in your chart, or you're a cusper with Scorpio. Now we have the Four of Pentacles showing up as your current financial energy. So financially, you may be playing it safe, right? You may be playing it safe. You may be kind of hanging on to your monies at this time, not overdoing it. This is about security for you. Security may be very important. And I see that you may be in a stable or secure position, but when that student comes out, I feel like you're ready to implement your ideas. You're ready to perhaps take a risk in some way, even though I am getting this regenerative energy. So first, take time out and really reevaluate, contemplate making any big moves. We don't want to rush hastily into anything. I feel like it's important for you to rest so you can fully show up to the next chapter of your life, this next trip around the sun, because you have some really genius ideas. Many of you are creating a life that you love, a life that, you don't feel burnt out every day, or you don't feel so exhausted. You're starting to manifest that as your new norm, as your default here. And instead of feeling like you have to play it safe every second, you may be opening up to taking some calculated risks that you have thought through, right? Because you're very intelligent. I don't feel like you are going to jump into anything without thinking it through. So let's look at the source of financial blockage. We have the Page of Cups, right? The pages are the students showing up. So it could even be that you've been doing something for so long that it has become routine, and it's like you have become robotic to this energy. And we are not robots, right? We are souls having a human experience, and we are meant to experience a whole plethora of emotions and growth and opportunities. And I see here with the Page of Cups, this is a new creative venture here for you. And for some of you, that creative part may have felt a bit blocked. That creative piece sometimes tends to get stuffed down when we have so many responsibilities, and when we are trying to keep 10 different balls up in the air, juggling a lot, and creativity tends to go very low on our priority list. So if you have had ideas, if you have had inspirations, you may not have actively pursued them because of time, or because of, responsibilities, or even health, whatever reasons. But I see that this is reminding you, right, to fill your cup. What is he holding? The Ace of Cups. We have the cup here at the bottom of the deck. And this is about overflowing prosperity. And it's a full or empty account. So where are you at right now? Do you feel like you are feeling a bit empty? I'm talking not just account, but energetically. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling aligned? And if not, this is time to really nurture your beautiful self. Not only take care of business, but by taking care of yourself, you are taking care of business, because health is wealth, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually here. But I have a feeling Again, you're a little genius here, Sag, and some of the ideas, some of the creation, some of the thoughts here, they're meant to be lived out. They're not meant to just stay in your, imagination. They're not meant to be lived someday, right? They are meant to, activate right here, right now. And so let's look at that mindset, because the mindset is everything. I have been saying this in these career readings for every single sign, that this card in this position may be one of the biggest, energies you want to really pay close attention to, because the mind can make or break us. Whether we believe we can or we can't is literally the truth, because that's what we lean into. That's the seed of how we create. That is the manifestation. And we are all always manifesting by our thoughts, because those thoughts is how we take action. And I see here that your mindset right now, excuse me, may be feeling overburdened. You may have a lot going on in that mind of yours, where you may have even had a mentality of, I have to hustle. I have to work, 18-hour days to get what I want. I have to do it all. I am the rock. And that mentality can be challenging, and it can actually limit us. And it's not saying that you are not a dedicated individual. It does not say that, you're not afraid of a little bit of hard work, but you also deserve breaks. And the 10 of Wands is about taking on too much. And when we take on too much, especially when our health, our creativity, our spirituality is shoved down into the corner, we suffer. And so you may be reevaluating your belief system around money, your belief system around your earnings, how you make a living. You may be looking at energy exchanges, and you're starting to reevaluate, because tens are endings. You have reached this point in your life where you don't want to live in a certain way. And therefore, you're starting to reconfigure your beliefs, and you're asking, am I living out my integrity? Am I currently in the space that I want to manifest for myself? Or have I taken on so much or so many limitations that bury me? You can see all 10 of the wands are on her shoulders. And that's going to break a back, where some of you may have literally had back problems, back surgery. This could be neck issues. Excuse me. Lower back is also connected to financial strains, financial worries. But some of you felt like you were carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And some of these burdens come from caregiving. Some of these burdens come from a belief of, I have to fix everything. If I don't fix it, it's not going to get fixed. Or if I don't attend it, it's not going to work out. And sometimes we have this Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It mentality, that we feel like we take on everything and everyone. And that is also a false sense of control, because I always say we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make it drink. And this is especially important for you, Sag, if you are in a profession where you are a caretaker, where you are a giver, a nurturer, whether you are a nurse, whether you are a parent, whether you have taken care of your elderly parents as well. This is about you filling your own cup as well, all right? And not feeling like you have to break yourself in order to be of value. That is a belief I want you to eradicate. I want you to work with. I want you to start telling yourself, I take care of me. I take time out to pause, to check in with my body, to eat healthier foods, to sit down and eat, to stay hydrated, to get rest, to fully restore and show up for my life, because that is going to help the flow of abundance enter into your world. Now, what is the opportunity for income? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. So this as an opportunity means that there could be a promotion here for you, but some of you may reject. Okay, not all of you. Some of you are like, Mel, wait a second. Why would I reject this? Because you may want to live simpler. And you may say, I don't want more responsibility, right? I may need to demote in some way, or I may need to kind of delegate some of these responsibilities. But with this Knight, I feel like you're slowing down. So the opportunity here is to stay consistent with your dreams, but not feel like you have to take on every single responsibility. You can say yes when it's a soul yes. And if it's not, no is a complete sentence. And I see that you are leaning into your finances here, and you're starting to perhaps really look at budgeting here, or where you can save. But also, I feel like you're planning. You're planning your long-term growth, your perhaps retirement, looking at some accounts here. And then Knight of Pentacles, he is very practical, very down to earth. You could have an opportunity to work with nature in some way. Some of you may be guided to attend a spiritual retreat, and you may then say, I really love this energy. I may want to host a retreat, or I may want to be a teacher or a guide, or, attend a yoga retreat. And then I want to learn about it. Then I want to help others in some way. I want to simplify, but I want to slow down. But that doesn't mean you're not learning. It doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. And the Pentacle realm connects to finances, health, wellness, the body. So you may be guided to look into a profession that, financially supports you, but it may be connected to more of the health and wellness field, or nutrition. I'm getting nutritional supplements, and even working with animals such as horses or equine. Maybe you're wanting to start a nonprofit for animals that are left behind in like hurricanes and tornadoes, things of that nature. Maybe even working at like a food shelter, nonprofit. I mean, anything of that nature could bring you in an opportunity to grow. Next, we have unexpected financial influences. What's the hidden factor? The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups here is about partnerships. And maybe you feel like you don't have the partnership here, the support in some way. Many of you would like to feel encouraged. And if that is lacking, it really does kind of hit differently. And I see that what it is that you are manifesting in this next cycle of your life has to do with harmonizing and balance and mutual respect, and connecting to people who share your vision, people who also want to learn and grow, people who want to fill their cup. Because look at, there's two cups here. And the hidden factor is right now you only have one. You only have one cup. And so there certainly could be an alignment happening here for you, which I do see there is, because again, you have the Magician. So this tells me that your manifestations are starting to come into alignment here with maybe a bigger dream or a bigger goal, because we don't reserve manifestation for a certain time. We are constantly manifesting. And sometimes we feel like, we don't love what we see, or what we have, or, the situation that we are in, or the circumstances, right? But you are taking a look at your life and saying, is my life a reflection of my values? Am I attracting what it is that I aspire to be? And if not, that's where things start to shift. And I see that this next chapter of your life, there is financial backing, financial partnership. There is a coming together here, an inspiration where you may connect to an individual. And this individual is a very important part of your life purpose, especially connected to career and finances. But it's also going to be important that you disconnect or release or let go of whatever no longer aligns with that vision that you are wanting to create for yourself. And that's where the 10 of Wands comes in, to release the burdens, to seek help, to delegate responsibilities, to ask, right? To ask for support. Now, what is the action step? What action step can you take to improve your finances? Communication. All right. 8 of Wands is communication. It's ask and you shall receive. This is rapid gains. It could be making a choice, making a decision, and sticking to it. And it's also about, it's fast energy. It's the second fastest moving energy here. So the wands is saying when that inspiration strikes, don't sit on it. When you have an idea, when you are feeling inspired, don't sit on it, move in that direction here that really calls out to you. So let's get an additional action step here for you, Sag. Spirit, what does Sagittarius need to do at this time? Dance. Okay, we have some movement here. Move the body, because what does that do? You may be thinking, Mel, how does dancing help us in our career? Because it guides us to live in the moment. And I just shared this in Scorpio's reading as well. I was just listening to a podcast that said, if we are not present, we are not learning. Let that sink in for a moment. If we are not present, we are not learning. Because in order to learn, in order to evolve, in order to grow, we must be present. Otherwise, we don't fully understand. We're not fully aware. We don't fully integrate the lessons in front of us. And so dancing allows us to live in the moment, to drop out of the headspace, get into the body here. Turn on your favorite song and move your body just for you. Music can shift our vibration and raise our energy. Allow your body to feel young and free and watch the energy shift. And for those of you that are immobile in some way, move a part of your body if you can. Move your head, move your neck. This is also going to be beneficial for your back, but don't throw your back out here. Come back home to you. Turn on your favorite song and dance. Dance until your heart's content. This is so important for those of you that have been carrying so many burdens. Move, dance, get into that flow here. And this is your mantra. I can feel freedom by shifting my reality with dance and music. I love dancing. And there's so many times that I will put Fleetwood Mac on my record player and I will turn it up and I will just move however my body wants to move. And it shakes up the energy and it raises our vibration and it just puts me in such a good mood, a good vibe. And it also allows for more creative expression to come through, more divine downloads, more intuitive hits to fully come through here, because we're not bogged down by the mind. And so drop into your body, dance. That's your action step. That's your soul work for this month. And your outcome. Yeah, the outcome here is the Magician. This is the likely result here if you implement and follow this guidance here. And this is your own intuition. If you're still here, if you're resonating with this message, this is you. There's a connection here because your higher self is saying, yes, that's it, right? Magician is about utilizing the tools that you have, that you've learned. Remember what I said about learning earlier? You have learned valuable lessons, but we don't always implement what we've learned into our reality. So for example, there's been times that I've listened to a beautifully inspiring podcast, or I've went to a workshop, or I've went to a class and I'm like, yes, I love this. I can't wait to use this in my life. And then I never use it. Right? It's just sitting in the bank, right? The education bank of what we learned, but we don't always apply or even take our own advice. And that's what Spirit wants you to do. Trust your intuition, because you can manifest quickly. We're always manifesting, but what you can manifest quickly is abundance here for yourself. This is about you having a strong spiritual connection with your higher self. This is about you trusting your intuition and really sharing your personal superpowers with the world, as I've mentioned. And Spirit wants you to slow down so you can hear your intuition. Spirit wants you to cultivate and manifest the life that you are meant to live. And if you are dissatisfied in any area of your life, this is time. This is time to reinvent the wheel, because you are the creator of your reality. You are the driver. You are the CEO of your own life. All right, let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here for Sagittarius in the month of November? I'm getting lemon here. Maybe some of you are lemon fans. Perhaps you drink like warm lemon water in the morning. Maybe you like lemon meringue pie. I'm getting lemons here. We have all that glitters, right? All that glitters isn't always gold. Number 16. 16 is the Tower. You are dismantling a belief system, especially around that 10 of Wands. This is a big deal. A need to see beyond the superficial. The desire to don a mask, dress something up to disguise its true nature. Even trying to be something you're not. Chasing after every sparkly new thing. Being mercurial. And the message here for you is this. Sometimes an opportunity looks so good it glitters like gold and you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye, or taking on the responsibility here of having to be, wear many different masks, right? Wear many different masks for other people in your life. So that's also part of this. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success that you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle, but be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. And this is a signal here to walk away. And I just mentioned this, to walk away from anything that depletes you. All right, especially if there is like a superficiality attached to it, because something rotten could be lying underneath. And I see that there are beautiful things awaiting here for you. And that's where this alignment comes in. That's where Spirit wants you to really trust in yourself at this time. Now, yeah, the message I'm getting here from this mask is, again, trying to wear many different roles and trying to be many different versions of yourself can kind of wear yourself thin. And I feel like delegating here or unburdening is part of this message. It's not about the physicality here or what you can get from something. It's how does it make you feel? And that's the energy that this is bringing in. So when you start to destroy old structures, when you start to awaken to your soul purpose here, you start to live on, live on purpose. You start to reveal the true colors, the true you, the true essence here, the core of your being. So let that mask fall, right? Let the mask fall, rest, allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are, unapologetically yourself. And lastly here, Sagittarius, let's look at a message from your spirit animal guides. And at this time, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1. And release through your mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky, swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, domesticated, mystical, or magical. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that's visited through your dreams, your meditations, or even crossed your path recently in the great outdoors. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, All you need to do is drop your power animals, whatever was showing up in your mind's eye, drop that in the comment section below the video. I will then enter you into the free reading giveaway, so please be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right. You have the bull showing up. Grab the bull by the horns. This is about masculinity, leadership, and objectivity as well. I see that you are a natural leader, and that's why it can be difficult for you at times to kind of let go of the reins. Some of you may like to feel like you're in control of your situation here, but sometimes you may worry or take on what's outside of your control. And the bull is here to remind you that you don't have to always just go for the red flag, right? The red shiny piece, that you can grab the bull by the horns in a different way than perhaps you have in the past. You have the blue heron here, diplomacy, peacemaking, and positive omens. I love blue herons here. So you are moving into an era where there is a lot more peace coming in for you. This is about integrity and diplomacy, and you're starting to see signs and symbols from the universe letting you know that you are on the right track, that it's okay to slow down, it's okay to learn, it's okay to grow and evolve in other areas here of your career. Next, you have here the salmon. Now, salmons represent new ideas, divination. So I feel like you felt like you've been swimming upstream. It's like you've had to work really hard to get to what you have now, but now you get to stand back and look at your accomplishments and pat yourself on the back, because so often we don't allow ourselves to stop and smell the roses. And I see with the salmon here, you do have some new ideas, and you are being guided to move in a direction that moves you, that inspires you, that aligns with your soul's truth. And lastly, we have the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the T-Rex here. Sag, this is the base chakra. It is about your safety, your security, your stability. And many of you are working on healing the root chakra here, finding stability within yourself, and maybe even looking back to old patterns or conditionings from childhood, because it is between the ages of 0 and 7 that root chakra really starts to evolve, really starts to grow. And I see that you are you are someone with raw power. You really are. And that's where that magician comes in here. But I see that there is alchemy, right? The magician is the ultimate alchemist. So is the T-Rex. But you don't have to feel like this destruction or what's kind of falling away from your life at this time is going to be the end all be all. If anything, it's a fresh start. It's a fresh beginning where you can start living life on your terms. You can start to feel like, wow, this is the life that I have been co-creating with spirit. This is part of my mission. This is part of me being of service. This is part of me connecting. So remembering here that you are the ultimate alchemist, and you can use your power for good, right? You can use your power for good here. So that is what I have for you, Sag. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. It certainly does help the channel. And if you are interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.